Okinawa main island geographically is Japan's fifth largest island and the biggest in Ryukyu Islands. It stretches about 106 to 112 km from north to south with an average width of only 11 km. Its total area is around 1,207 square kilometers, slightly larger than Hong Kong but much smaller than Greater London or other places people might imagine for an island nation feel. In other words, Okinawa Prefecture is actually similar in size to a medium-sized city, yet it is home to over 1.46 million people, with more than 90% living on the main island. So, although the island is larger than Hong Kong and Singapore, its population is actually much smaller than both. The southern part, especially around the capital Naha, holds most of the people and business, while the central and northern areas are more open, filled with beaches, resorts, and subtropical forests. On Okinawa Island, the main centers include the capital Naha, with about 320,000 residents. It acts as the political, business, and the traffic hub of the prefecture. Then there is Urasoe and other southern cities, followed by central resort spots like Onna and Nago in the north, famous for their beaches, American Village, and water sports. Most people live along the west and south coasts, while the east and the far north remain quiet and less developed. So, the island is bigger but not as crowded, unlike Hong Kong or Singapore. Okay, now that we have the geography done, let's talk about our main topic today: transportation on Okinawa Island. The towns and cities are spread out along this long, narrow island. In Okinawa, most main roads only connect the individual towns. Transport here is quite unique because even though it's a part of a developed country, there are no trains connecting the towns. There is only one short monorail in the city, very few highways, and everyone relies highly on one main road, the Okinawa Expressway, which is 57.3 kilometers long. This expressway is managed by the West Nippon Expressway Company and is labeled E58. Interestingly, this is the only expressway in Japan where more than 20% of the traffic comes from Kei Cars. The national average is only 7.3%. Since a Kei Car is a compact yellow-plate vehicle and 660cc, it is very practical and popular for driving around this mid-sized island. But why is the road system so limited? The reasons come from geography and history. The island's very narrow shape, hilly land, and coral reefs made construction difficult. Also, US military bases took up a lot of land, and the post-war rebuilding focused on other things. Building trains or many parallel highways became too expensive with a population that isn't huge and a tourism boom of over 10 million visitors. The infrastructure just haven't caught up. In the past, people used boats. Today, it's mostly private cars, rentals, buses, and planes. There's no big train network like the Shinkansen or GR you see in mainland Japan. Today, transport in Okinawa is all about the private car, especially rental cars for tourists. Car dependency here is among the highest in Japan. Public transport is limited. The only real option is the Okinawa Urban Monorail, nicknamed the Yui Rail. It opened on August 10, 2003 and an extension to Tegako Uranishi Station opened in 2019. Now, it's a 17 kilometers line with 19 stations, running from the airport through Naha. It takes 37 minutes and helps people avoid the traffic jams in the capital, but it doesn't go outside the Naha area. Okinawa is a car-oriented society. The number of cars is so high that during the morning rush and the evening rush, the roads are packed with people commuting. It is frequently jammed, and Naha is often ranked as one of Japan's most congested cities. If you drive in Naha during these times, you might lose hours of your free time, while some roads were widened as military land was returned. It haven't solved everything. Rain or tourist seasons make it even worse. The area around the airport is always clouded. In short, the road network feels too small for the island's needs, and this is why Okinawa Island, despite not being a very large area, is still a place troubled by heavy traffic. It is quite different from the relaxed island vibe many people imagine. Between the unique history of the land and the modern-day reliance on cars, getting around this subtropical island is a story of its own. So, that is for today's video. Stay safe, take care, and see you next time.